Hello everybody, it's Chinese. I don't really know what exactly I'm going to be talking about today because I kind of started recording on a whim. Also, I don't really have like a script right now, so I'm just going full ham on it. I don't know. I've had a lot on my mind lately and I kind of just wanted to rant it out and just talk about random stuff because right now I'm kind of like, I'm gonna say it, like I'm just like going through a breakup right now. And it's been really difficult for me for the past few weeks. I've been trying to get my mind off of it lately, but I've pretty much wasted my entire summer thinking about it, and it just kind of like worsened my state. I've been having like a lot of issues with like sleeping and just like feeling like myself. I haven't done anything much either. I promised myself that I would spend my August like pretty much locking in and studying and whatever, but now we are like what, 24th? I don't even know what day it is today. Yeah, I've been wanting to like write an album or like just songs in general, and though I've had like piano classes when I was a kid, it's not really what I want to do. I actually want to play the guitar. I've been like wanting to learn how to play the guitar like for quite a while because I think like vocals with like with a guitar just sound just so good, right? Like with an acoustic guitar, I don't know how to pronounce it. It just feels really comforting and it's like totally my vibe. I've been listening to sooorrryyy a lot lately and Doobie, but like Doobie has been like here for a while, honestly, and I just really like those genre of songs and they've been like a huge inspiration for me. I really want to write songs. I've written a few lyrics and they were pretty much about my breakup. You know, I don't really know how to execute it correctly. It's kind of like been my way to cope lately because I haven't been really doing anything, and I really love music. It's like one of the best things that has ever happened to me, honestly. And yeah, I just really want to play a guitar. Losing a person that was like part of your daily like routine is pretty difficult to handle. You don't really lose those memories you had with that person. Like, sure, you're not going to be able to go on dates with them in the future anymore, and you won't be able to, you know, do things with that person. But when you're in the present and you're literally just like doing whatever, you kind of just get reminded of it like constantly. That's what has been like going on in my mind lately. With that person, I would meet up with them at a certain train station or take a metro line with them often, or maybe they would like drop me off at my house, like just walk me home, or even like hang out in my room. So every single place I go to just reminds me of them, and when you're trying to move on, it really hurts. Like I've tried not to talk about it on the channel because this is kind of like public and I don't really like publicizing my romantic life on the internet, and I usually like kind of joke about it, but even that, it feels really cringe. I don't know, it's pretty hard. I've also like been questioning myself like whether I've done something wrong and what I could have done instead of behaving like the way I did, because although the breakup like really impacted me, and you know, I know there were things that probably led to that breakup, and it's never just like, oh, we didn't match or something. It's always like something more. The closure I had was, to me, pretty incomplete, and I've been kind of trying to fill that gap, that empty page that has been like stuck in my book, and trying to write something in it, trying to figure what exactly happened in between us. And I start to like overthink. I think communication is very important, and some people don't have the same definition of communication as I do, but to me, like, I am not going to stop myself from telling you the things that you did that hurt me, or like that were wrong. And a lot of people have a problem with that, or maybe they're gonna try to kind of listen, but they don't really understand why it is so serious to you, and it just gets really exhausting to constantly repeat what hurt you and why. I often kind of like try to communicate, but then it gets received pretty badly, so in the future I kind of like keep that in mind, and depending on the evolution of that, I kind of like adapt myself. But I am a person with feelings, and if you're going to like say something that hurts me after I've told you repeatedly, or like even once, that it does wrong by me, I often kind of just become really cold. And not because I want to have attention, right? I don't want that person to worry too much about me, so I try to keep it cool. But also I want that person to know that they've done something wrong and try to question themselves about it too, right? But then I just feel really childish and immature for being so unresponsive, and you could be like asking me something and I wouldn't really want to answer because of the way I'm feeling. So I just feel very bad for doing those things, but also I have feelings and I want you to understand me. Like, I just want people to understand how I feel, but if they're not putting the effort to do so, it's just gonna turn really bad, right? And I've had like these red flags since the beginning because I knew there was like some sort of empty space. I always knew there would be like this wall of ice between us that was pretty much about our morals, right? We had very different values and different goals in life and different ways to think about things. But also I thought maybe it could work, because although I personally think it may be very difficult, I thought I really liked this person and I just wanted it to work. I've known this person for not that long, maybe like 4 months almost, and we've been talking romantically for quite a while, like kind of ever since we started talking. I had very high expectations for this relationship. It was going very well for me because I've had like a lot of problems with past relationships. I don't really talk about them to people because it has brought me a lot of trauma that cannot really be undone, and I don't really want to be reminded of it. But also, like, it has played a huge part in my upbringing, and I don't, it's a lot. I feel like I really wasted like that person's time and energy and money and just everything, and I feel like a very emotionally exhausting person, even though I know that is not the case. Like, I think I'm a pretty self-aware person, and I know that I'm not too much, I'm just a human, right? But also, like, I'm not perfect either. I feel like I was holding that person back sometimes, and I just felt like a huge emotional weight because I know I'm pretty sensitive, and I know it was a lot to handle for someone that isn't as maybe traumatized as me. I just felt like a nuisance, I felt like a huge nuisance, but also like can be like the only one who's getting criticized, because I feel like that person has done a lot, and I know that they didn't have any particular like bad intentions. In the beginning of a relationship, you really like get like a spark, and for quite a while like that spark didn't really like fade away. I was pretty much getting what I was promised. That person has done a lot of wonderful things for me, and I've never really felt this happy with someone. So it really hurts, losing all of those like positive feelings you had with that individual. But then again, like, they've done a lot of things that have wronged me, and I just feel really, I'm not angry, but I'm so disappointed and I'm so upset and sad that it just drives me sick to my stomach. And sometimes I just want to call them and tell them just like, why'd you do that? And I wish you acted differently, and I wish you thought of me more. I wish you thought about my feelings more, because it hurt me a lot. But also, like, I really doubt that they're going to care that much, and I just want to stop myself from trying to hurt myself any further, because I know I'm not going to get anything from it, and the best thing I can do is just move on. But moving on is a very simple thing to say, but like moving on like physically is so fucking hard. It took me a while to even open up to my friends, like even my closest friends, about it, because I'm just so tired of hearing like the same things over and over again when people try to like, you know, make me feel better. I know they're trying their best. I just feel a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to those things. And you start kind of like spiraling, like, why didn't that person want me? What went so wrong, and what could I have done that would be like better? And like spiraling in that way isn't gonna be beneficial at all to you, and you're just gonna feel even worse. Anyways, that's pretty much all I've wanted to talk about. I hope that you guys are doing okay, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.